Fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We'll talk Browns in the NFL Combine, and we'll talk Cavs, we'll talk Indians, and we'll, of course, even talk some more about the NFL Combine and what the Browns are going to do, and we'll get to all of that. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who is the only coach to win both an NCAA and NBA championship? Well, I'll have the answer later on the broadcast. The NFL Combine is still going on and will officially begin this weekend in Indianapolis. And Steelers GM Kevin Colbert hasn't ruled out trading Antonio Brown to the Cleveland Browns or any one in the AFC North, any one of the other teams in the AFC North. And Colbert says, we haven't eliminated anybody yet, he said during his podium interview at the NFL Combine today. Colbert acknowledged that he need a premium compensation to trade him within the division. Colbert, who said recently that three teams have inquired, but interest has grown, and it will continue to grow one way or another, because as we're at the Combine, we're learning about alternatives to your own team, to your current team, and you may come away feeling better, or you may feel worse, but the one thing that doesn't change is that Antonio Brown's value, not only to us, but to anybody else in the National Football League. And trade possibilities will be more clear at the end of this week. Now, Antonio Brown, if the Steelers should trade Antonio Brown, then I do feel the Browns are not going to want him. They are not going to try to get Antonio Brown, and I feel they need to make a blockbuster move to get Odell Beckham Jr. Now, I just feel that they are not going to trade Beckham by any means, and I say that wholeheartedly, and I really do say it wholeheartedly. They are not going to try to get Antonio Brown, and Dorsey knows what he's doing, and he's going to try to make some good moves in this. And we need a good offensive and defensive tackles, both of those. But the offense needs the most work, and they need to get help from Myles Garrett. So we're going to see what happens at the end of this week in this week's NFL Combine, and I'll keep you posted on that. And in other NFL receiver news, Giants GM Dave Gettleman reiterates, we didn't sign Odell Beckham Jr. to trade him. That's all I need to say about that. But I feel, should the Giants decide that they want to trade him, the Browns need to make a blockbuster move to try to get Odell Beckham Jr. because Jarvis Landry has made it clear that he wants Odell Beckham Jr. here in Cleveland, and Beckham has made it clear that he wants to become a Cleveland Brown. So we'll see what happens, and I'll keep you posted on that as well. Well, after having a 2-game win streak snapped in the loss to the Portland Trailblazers on Monday, the Cavs will try to get back on the winning track as they will tomorrow night, as they will take on the New York Knicks on the road at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Tip-off is at 7:30 on Fox Sports Ohio. The Cavs have their minds set on the 2020 offseason versus this upcoming offseason. And the reason for that is they will have much more financial flexibility that summer. Cleveland's only committed to 4 players, which could become 5 if they pick up the team option on Colin Sexton's contract. The other 4 players that they are committed to keeping are Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, Brandon Knight, and Jordan Clarkson. Now, Smith's contract is option at $3.87 million, and it could be a little more than that. But the other 3 are at $47 million. Now, if they should pick up those team options, that could be very good for this team. But if they can pick up Colin Sexton's option, that would be even better. But they got to look at also. I know they're going to get some lottery picks, and I'll keep you updated on that. So stay tuned for that. And the Tribe beat the Milwaukee Brewers 6-1 in their fourth exhibition game at Maryville Baseball Park in Phoenix, Arizona. Shane Bieber was the starting pitcher. Bieber went 2 innings, striking out 1. Tribe scored 1 in the third, 3 in the seventh, 1 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th. The Tribe will take on the Arizona Diamondbacks tomorrow at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick Stadium in Scottsdale, Arizona. First pitch at 3:10. And I really feel the Tribe needs to get a really good center fielder for the outfield, and they really need that. And I feel they do need. The question is, will the Tribe sign Francisco Lindor to a long-term contract? And I feel they should. I really feel they need to do that. They need to hold on to Lindor. So, and I really feel that they need to do that, and they need to really get a good outfielder, and they need to really make some good moves because they really made some really interesting and virtual moves during this offseason, and I feel they need to really they need the outfield is center field in the outfield needs the most work. I really feel that does. So they need to really work on that and sign Lindor to a long-term contract, and I'll keep you posted on that. So stay tuned for that. We'll get back to talking about the NFL Combine in just a moment, but first, here is the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who is the only coach to win both an NCAA and NBA championship? And if you said Larry Brown, you are correct. Larry Brown won the 1988 NCAA Division I title at Kansas. I think it was Kansas University or Kansas State, either way. After moving on to the NBA to coach the San Antonio Spurs in 1988, and after a long stint with the Philadelphia 76ers, Brown finally made coaching history by leading the Detroit Pistons to an NBA championship in 2004. And I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, which will be hopefully tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Now, getting back to the NFL Combine and today's Colbert talking to the talking in an interview at the Combine today, but I said this once, I'm going to say it again. I don't think that the Browns are going to trade for try to get Odell to try to get I don't think the Browns I'm sorry, let me start that again. No, I don't think the Browns are going to try to get Antonio Brown at all. That is not worth. They are not going to want Antonio Brown at all. After what he went through last season, he did play, made some good plays, but he had some issues last season. And I really don't think they're going to get Antonio Brown. And I really feel that Dorsey knows what he's doing. He's going to make some good moves, some really good and interesting moves at the Combine, and look to see what the scouting and see who he likes and what he likes out there. And I think they're going to make some good moves with the 17th pick of the NFL draft and the other round pick drafts that they have, and so that will begin on April 25th. So stay tuned for that, and that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back with another podcast tomorrow, but until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.